it over on there like that. Hey, I'm Papa, and welcome back to Cooking for the Hungry. And I am cooking for the hungry. Good to see you back. This is going to be my educational series number 12, and we're still on safety in the kitchen. Today we're going to talk about knives and other sharp utensils and things concerning that. I know personally I should have done the safety in the kitchen first before I got into all the different types of food. But here we are. So I've got some knives here. I'm going to zoom down into those knives so that you can see it better, see what I'm talking about and what's going on. So let me bring you in a little closer here. Alright, this is just a standard cutting board. A lot of people have nicer cutter boards built into their shelves, and some people have mobile ones. This is what I prefer. I have one this size and I have one about twice the size of this. It makes a big difference. Now, I'm going to show you, after I talk about some of this, what a sharp knife looks like and what it does, okay? So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is dull knives. Dull knives cut more hands than sharp ones. Absolutely. So I'm going to show you some knives that are safe and some that aren't so safe, especially when you're working with food. First of all, let me show you this one. Now the tang is what goes back in here into the knife handle, and then you have the handle, and then on a lot of knives, especially if they're good knives, they have a nice finger guard right there. If you see that finger guard right there, so that whenever your hands might be wet or slippery when you're cutting, it helps keep your fingers from going forward, okay? And especially on a dull knife. What happens with a dull knife is it catches, and then you're pushing against it. If you don't have anything to protect your fingers, well then, you know, you may slide across that blade. And I can tell you personally that when you slice across the bends in your fingers, those are very, very painful, and it does not get better for a while. This right here is an example of a dangerous knife. I still use it, but I'm very, very careful about how my hands are and that it's very, very sharp. As you can see right here, the handle and the tang are built together here, and this has just got a nice slippery little ramp there. So if your fingers are greasy, you go across that ramp and then across that blade, and I guarantee you it'll slice you good or bad. You certainly don't want that. I've given some thought of getting rid of these knives and getting something else, but I get them so sharp that they work well. This is one of the knives in that set that I probably use more. This is a bigger knife, obviously, but it's got more of a finger guard right there. There's more of a finger guard right there. When I start feeling my hands getting greasy, I will go over and wash my hands or take a towel and wipe my hands off. So this is the better of the bunch right here. There's a smaller one, and it's very much the same as this one. And I'm showing you this one. You're going like, what are you showing me this for? This is a pocket knife. Well, sometimes in the kitchen, you know, I'm doing different things and I want a little pocket knife, and this is also a very dangerous one. You slide down this thing right here and right across the blade. And I keep this little blade right here razor sharp. It will slice you open real quick. This is another one that's pretty dangerous. This set I've had for a while, but it's really not that great of a set. It doesn't keep very good blade either. Like I said, sharper the better, so it slices right through something rather than catch. And if it catches, then your hand wants to go forward. That's got a little bit of a tang. It's got a little bit of a finger guard on it, but not much. So, and this whole set's like this. You know, there's other things in the kitchen that you know, it will cut you, that you have to be careful with. Different chopping devices will get you real quick. If you're taking it apart and cleaning it and stuff, you can cut your finger pretty easy on some of those if they are sharp. If they're not sharp, you don't want it. But I think the thing that I probably cut my fingers on the most in the kitchen is a grater. The regular little bell grater. Running, I have a habit of running things down farther than I should, and my finger catches and it'll slice right off. It'll grind some of my skin and flesh right off. You know, again, sharpness is good, but sometimes it can be extremely dangerous too. But it's always best to have all of your utensils good and sharp. Let's take a look at this little video I was showing you sharp. It's in my lineup, but I'm going to add it in here. So let's take a look at it real quick. Okay, this is a sharp knife. Oh yeah. This is a piece of chuck steak. That, my friends, is a sharp knife. All right. Welcome back. See, that's a sharp knife. Slice that steak right open. Some people may ask, well, what can I do more? There are gloves out there, different types of gloves that protect your hand from getting cut. Some of them are very difficult to work with. So which hand do you get cut the most with? That's the question. Mine is almost always my left hand. So I would wear a glove on my left hand. I had one it was metal and it got kind of rusty and I threw it away. And I have not replaced it, but it's time to get one. I got some made out of Kevlar now. A good sharp knife will cut some of those, but not that deep. So anything that you can use to help protect yourself, the better. So I hope in the future that you'll take a look at your knives, see what's good, see what may not be good. Maybe you need to get rid of some, but absolutely sharpen your knives. And I see so many people just buy another set of knives. Find somebody that sharpens knives. It's one of the things that I do here locally. I sharpen blades. A sharp blade will save you from, buying another knife. And if you got a set and you don't want to let it go, you just buy the single one, they cost quite a bit more. You might have a $45 set and you want to replace one knife and it's 25 bucks. So take that one knife that's really dull and get it sharpened. Find somebody that'll sharpen it for you. So that's about it on knives and utensils and things. Be aware, be prepared, and protect yourself. So that's all till next time. Next time we're going to talk about different other things in the kitchen that we need to be aware of. And that'll be the last one of my series of safety in the kitchen. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. If you can support me monetarily, I really appreciate it. There's lots of things I need equipment-wise and things to make this program a little bit better, and could really use the help. So I'll see you next time, and thanks for tuning in to Cooking for the Hungry. See you later.